สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. Today we're gonna make sourdough bread with 95% hydration. Let me show you how. The ingredient will be 1 kilogram of bread flour and 100 gram of all-purpose flour, and I use sea salt, and this is my starter. We're gonna start it now. We're gonna add the water into our bucket first. The water will be 1045 gram. So we're gonna add the water first. So the reason we add the water first because then everything is not stick on the bottom of the bucket. 45, I add a little bit too much. We're gonna take out about 1. Okay, there you go. Now we're gonna add starter. My starter very active, and after it's peak, I just put it back to the fridge. So we're gonna add the starter 110. Yeah, that's it. 110 gram. And then after the starter, I'm gonna mix starter with the water first. So after it's mixed well, then I just add 100 gram of all-purpose flour.
Whole wheat flour, not all-purpose.
You need only 100 gram. 100 gram and 1 kilogram of bread flour. In Thailand, we have unbleached all-purpose unbleached. This one is bread flour, not all-purpose, and this one is unbleached. So they come with a package like that for 1 kilogram. And then I gently add the flour. This is important. So I add salt later because I don't want salt to direct connect with my starter. To use my hand because I want to fill my dough. It is very high hydration, almost 100%. So basically the texture of my dough is similar to my starter because starter is 100% hydration. So on first mix, I gonna try to mix this well, like that. And then I'm gonna wait for 15 minutes. I'm gonna do another section. Okay? After 15 minutes, what we're doing here is we're gonna wet our hand, and again the dough is very wet. So we're going to use the same method. very sticky. So I try to not break the gluten. Still really sticky.
On the third coil fold, the dough start to get firm up a little bit. It's not very sticky like first two times, and this one is a little bit easy to handle. As long as I wet my hand, I can easily hold it up and put it down nicely. This is the third time. This is the fourth time, and let's see the dough. As normal, you have to wet your hand before you handle the wet dough. It's easy to hold up and put it down. It formed nicely. It's not as sticky as like the first few times. So I can see the beautiful bread coming up very soon. This is number 5. We're still using coil fold because the dough is very high hydration. So it's easy to pick up and easy to put it down. As you can see, it's already formed a nice ball. I keep doing that a few times because I think it can create a gluten. This is the last coil fold, number 7. The reason is because I break the gluten during I fold it. See, it's not good. Basically, I shouldn't do that much. There you go, I break it.
I just break the gluten.
After number 7, I just put the dough for 2 hours, and this is after 2 hours. I use the retard basket to shape the dough. Basically, I just use rice flour. This time I use a lot of rice flour because my dough is really high hydration. I don't want it to stick on my basket. Gonna be very sad because I work hard if it sticks on my basket. Let's see how I handle my wet dough. See how wet it is. I sprinkle some flour on the table, and then I pour the wet dough on top, and then I use bench skipper, big one, to cut the dough. Now let's see how I shape my wet dough. Basically, it's impossible to use my hand to touch this wet dough. So what I'm doing here is I use bench skipper to create tension on my dough. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to create tension by use bend scraper to create round ball, just like that. Go under and pull into your body. Go under like 45-degree angle. There you go, you get one round ball, and we're trying to create another one. As you can see, I just sprinkle some flour on my scraper to just make sure that the dough is not sticking into my scraper. So just turn your scraper around the bowl, go underneath, and that way you create a very, very good tension for your dough. It is impossible to use your hand because it's so wet. How wet it is? Just like your starter, because it's almost 100% high hydration. There you go, you get two beautiful round balls, and I'm gonna let it rest for about 15 minutes before I go to final shape. I just leave on the counter, and after 15 minutes we're gonna go to the final shape and put into the retard basket. I sprinkle some flour on top, and I use a lot of flour to go underneath the dough before I flip over. There you go, I flip over, so the wet side is going up on top now. So I'm gonna use the envelope fold like that, and basically my hand, I use a lot of flour to handle this dough. After I fold it, I use the scraper to create a tension again. So and then I fold another time. This time I use the scraper to help to put into the basket for shaping in, and then resting the dough into cold retard in the fridge. So very difficult to handle or to hold the dough up without bend scraper. There you go. First one done, and this is the second one. I am not fast forward this video because I want you guys to see how difficult to handle this dough, and you need to be very, very gentle with the dough. Again, I'm gonna use envelope method to fold this with dough together, and then fold it again. Make sure it's create a tension on the dough. See, most of the dough, the dough is stick on my hand. That's okay. This is an experiment, so it's okay. We are not the professional. I'm still learning every day. I'm so exciting when I try something new. That is after you put into the basket. I'm gonna rest the dough about 5 minutes before I tuck it in together, like put the seam on the top together again to create more tension for my dough. This is after 5 minutes. I then tuck them together again, so my dough is really, really nice and tight. As you can see, as I put a lot of rice flour on my basket, so the dough will not stick into my basket at all. That is my tip for you guys, for those who have a wet dough stick into your basket, and this is the way. There you go, I tuck them together, put the seam together like that, so they are a little bit create the tension for my dough as well before I put the plastic bag to cover and put in the fridge. That is the tip. Another one, I do it again. So make sure you tuck them in together like that, nice and tightly. And make sure you not break the gluten. You don't break your dough. Nice and gently. Very, very soft dough and very sticky. That's it. Then we're gonna put into the plastic bag to cover and put in the fridge for at least about 5 hours. Before I put into the fridge, I just cover them up with this one is just a flour, just to make sure it's easy to remove the dough out from basket when I bake them. And this is after 5 hours again. I tuck them the seam together again because they kind of expand a little bit after they are 5 hours in the fridge. So before I bake, if my dough is spread out, I always doing that. This is my other tip for you guys. If you're not bored and still watching until this part, this is gonna create beautiful ears when you score them. This is a cold dough after the cold retard. That's what I'm doing. I just tap my wet hand with some water, so the wet dough can be stick together when I put the seam together like that. Nice and gentle with the dough. Make sure you don't break the gluten or don't break the bubble. They are nice and tight. I'm gonna show you how I open bake as well on this one. It is very long video and I hope you're still watching it. So before I bake, I just sprinkle another flour on top before I put parchment paper on top of the dough. I'm gonna show you how I open bake my bread. This is a cookie metal sheet that I just preheat with the oven. It's extremely hot. So what I'm doing here, I just put parchment paper on top, and then I just put the wet dough on top of parchment paper. I bake two big bread in the same cookie sheet, so you will have some room for big dough in that one cookie sheet. Just brush off the flour that stick on the dough. Now we're gonna put the dough into preheat oven. I just put the dough in to 240 degrees, and this is after I put it in, I just pour 1 cup of water into my hot tray. The 1 cup of water will be evaporate for during 30 minutes, and then this is after 5 minutes. My dough is very, very pop up, and I'm gonna score them. Be very careful when you handle the hot tray with the hot dough. I keep turn them around because I want to make sure they are rising equally both sides, because my oven is not even heat, so I keep turning my bread around. So there you go. I just score them about 1/2 an inch or 2 centimeters deep. 45-degree angle, and it's about 2 inch deep, like you can see there. And then I put them back into baking again. People concerned that I open the door for so long, the heat gonna be get out from the oven. I doing that for many years, but it doesn't matter. It still can work. My bread look nice. I spray a lot of water on top of the dough, especially where I store them. This way to create, big oven spring. That is after I bake for some time. I just show you how the dough is pop up. The oven spring trying to open now. Nice. So it means my bread gonna look nice. The crumb gonna be big open crumb. The oven spring gonna be big and stick out, so I can have a big ears. Many people doesn't like big ears, but the sign of achievement if you have one. So after 30 minutes, I want to show you how it looks like. This is after 30 minutes. Basically, the one on left hand side, I score them 45 degrees, and this one I didn't score them 45 degrees. So when they open different. See, after 30 minutes the water is evaporate. If you put 1 cup of water, and you can use cast iron and you don't have to remove out. Continue baking another 25 minutes and see how it turned out. There you go. You have big, beautiful, nice belly, nice ear, and nice color as well. 2 of them. Beautiful bread. I'm proud of myself. That is 95% hydration and big, beautiful ear. This is exciting moment. After 2 hours, that my patience to wait and see the crumb of my 95% hydration. Now I am cut it with the sharp knife to see the crumb of my bread. Exciting. That is beautiful, with big hole, even hole all around my bread. It is success, but still some room for improvement. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience. See you next time.